It's January 25th, 2020, and I wanted to tell this interesting, fascinating, actually kind of fun and really hard to believe story. This time of year, of course, for honeybees, it's a very difficult time for them. They're living, the only food they have is what they're living off of in the hive, and of course no flowering plants at all this time of year. I was sitting outside last couple days out front, and a lone honeybee was buzzing around. I didn't think too much about it, and then the next day I was sitting out in front, and a couple honeybees, one was just really persistent, and this actually happened also 2 or 3 years ago. Anyway, I'll just show right quick. I was sitting outside, and you see this ring. Well, the honeybee came up and lighted right there on that ring, and all it was the bee thought that was a flower. Anyway, the language of these bees is absolutely unmistakable. It's obvious that she was communicating that she was starving, and they had been around here before, and they may even have, take it for what you want, they may have remembered from 3 years ago the same thing that happened. Anyway, so just the light bulb went off, and I realized that they're starving, and for them to have been that persistent around me. So I went in and got made up some honey water. It's real easy to do, and the bees love it. And I put it in a plate, and you can see the result. I mean, they have completely emptied that plate, and now they're kind of going crazy, wanting some more, which I'll go in and get them some more. The thing that happened 3 years ago was I was sitting out here drinking root beer, and I had a really persistent honeybee buzzing around my head, and then at that same time the light bulb went off, and I realized, like I say, their language is unmistakable. And I just went in and got a saucer and poured a little bit of root beer in a saucer, and they did this same thing. And of course, the one sister goes and tells her other sisters, and the exact location. It's amazing. It's a true miracle. Honey, the Society of Honeybees. Anyway, I did that for several weeks. I was feeding these honeybees, and what it is, this is a wild hive. I don't know of anybody around here that keeps bees, so they're probably off down in the creek somewhere. And some years their honey production's good, and some it's not. And they act, to me, like they're absolutely starving. Anyway, to finish up the story, and this is where it gets kind of hard to believe, is yesterday after these bees, a few of them came, and then a few more, and now you see how many there are. A honeybee, and I was not wearing the ring yesterday. A honeybee came and lighted right on that same finger. Take it for what you want. I interpret that as the honeybee coming up and saying thank you. And an experience like that is indescribable and worth more than any amount of money that I would ever trade for that. It's virtually cosmic. Anyway, I got to go in and get some more honey water for these bees. I hope you all have an experience like that sometime in your life.